zone. Danielson gives back, curling now. Pedersen, he finds the defender along the blue line. Now down behind the goal is Victor Johansson. He sent it out front, and Pedersen with a nice shot on goal. Viggo Bjork, youngest player that I've seen so far, 2008 born. Out on a line with Wilson Bjork. He wins the draw, gets it back to Freij. Freij fires it into number 18, Van Acker. He enters the zone, leaves the pass onto the tape for O'Brien. There's a centering pass. Puck bounces off the intended target, and here come the Swedes on the counterattack. Out to the neutral zone. Wilson knocked off the puck. Freij picks it up, sends it toward the goal. That deflects behind the goal line. Now working behind the goaltender is Stenberg. Hat trick in the first day. Stenberg riding the hot hand here for the Swedes in Minnesota. Freij quickly off his stick, plays it under control. Swedes, 2 shots to go early. We're 2.5 minutes in. And the faceoff controlled by the Canadians. They play to Aitchison. Slowly up ice. He goes vertical. Pass is tipped over to Parasak. Parasak trailing as the puck carrier Josephson swings around. A little bit of a guitar solo before he feeds Aitchison. That one hits into the corner, takes a funny bounce, comes out into the slot area, and the Swedes somehow miss it. Over on the boards, Ritchie pokes it down into the corner. And now on the counterattack, Swedes working their way out through Lundberg. 2 passes later, over for Zetterberg. Freij plays Johansson. He gains the red line, gets around the defender as he enters, takes a Vigo enters the zone. They touch up, playing the neutral zone, and now drifting back into their own end, trying to buy some time. Nice little escape move from Johansson. He hits his partner, and Freij heads up ice. Gaining the red line, gaining the blue line. Freij, puck gets away from him and to the neutral zone. It skips behind the defender. Speedy through neutral. Spence picks it up. There's a shot. Oh, a couple cracks at it down low. That puck pinballed around. It was Jake O'Brien with a stick. He is former Stanley Cup winner of the New Jersey Devils, former competitor in the World Junior for Team USA, and Minnesota's first Mr. Hockey. Welcome, Tom Chorsky.
Hey, thank you. It's good to be here. Just a few minutes late, but that Twin City construction and
it's really tough, Tom. If you're not familiar with the city of Minneapolis and you're not familiar with the campus at the University of Minnesota, it can be dodgy to get down to. And all of a sudden, Sweden has opened up a 2-goal lead. Face-off comes back into their own end. It's dumped in, played behind the goal and left for Prods. 26 Berglund is the one that fed it out top. So we've got 19 from 29 on the first goal. Nilsson from Zetterberg. And the second one is Pedersen from Orquist and Berglund. The Swedes working over on the wall. They leave it for Wilson. He passes it out front, but it's tipped over to Protz. Shout out Protz. He didn't dress the other night, but getting a chance to see my longtime friend.
Right around this age group that they're really for the world stage.
Yeah, and Sweden's population somewhere around 10 million, I think. And tomorrow we'll get Finland, which always punches above its weight, with the same population as the state of Minnesota. So you just can't say enough about how these Scandinavian nations are able to play at a world level, whether it's Women's Olympic or the World Junior or feeding the NHL with tons of great players. With far fewer players to work with, they've really done a great job developing the resources they have. We've crossed over the midpoint of the opening period. Canada on the attack, trying to force a turnover. Sweden trying to break out. They play it to Johansson, buying some time. He hits Freij, and now a stretch pass up to the far blue line. Short pass in the neutral zone. If they're going to get the lefty-righty thing and get a shooter on that trigger spot at the top of the circle with the blade towards center ice, they're going to have to use right-handed shots or across the point right-handed shots, and that means pulling a forward back. So we did see that there where they were going with 4 forwards in this power play unit and using at least a couple of them being right shots to put together a unit.
Well, the flip side of that, John, I'll tell you, is, and you wouldn't necessarily do it here because this is a showcase for the players and not a total strategy to win the games. But knowing what you just said about all left-handed defensemen, you can dump the puck in an effective way so that they always have to go to their backhand. And that causes a lot of trouble for them because they have to turn their back to the play and pick up a rim puck on their backhand. Because if you know which way they shoot, you can manipulate how you dump it in.
Yeah, they don't really even need to think about which personnel's out there. It's every
time
every defender on this team is a left shot.
Right now they've got all 5 back out.
And we see the Swedes trapping, a little 1-2-2 neutral zone trap. Ritchie makes the feed. Boisvert got in on top of the goaltender, and it's steered aside by Harnstam. So, Tom, it's interesting how these IIHF games in North America often use an NHL rink. So we think about, there's a shot from Freij. We think about what North Americans call the Olympic width, maybe a term not used elsewhere, but 100 feet wide. Oh, Reshny gets around Freij, and Reshny sends it through. Freij got a little confused, somehow lost his stick. He was naked as you saw Reshny turn toward the goal and found just a little bit of daylight. Sure looked like Harnstam was in position. Let's watch it on replay.
Well, he recognizes that the defender loses his stick, and I think he thought about passing to the middle, but then realized that the D pursuing him didn't even have a stick, and then he elected to shoot, which was the right choice. That's a big goal for Canada to bring it.
Now they go back to Johansson. Over to Lindberg. Gains the red line, sends it down deep, gets past the goaltender. Now it's Zetterberg on the right-hand side. He rings it back over for Lindberg. Lindberg off the skate blade onto the stick blade, and a shot from the blue line just wide of the mark. Freij sends it down deep. Canadians on their heels a bit here, but with the turnover, easy out of the zone and up ice for Lindstrom. He swings wide, cuts, leaves it for his teammate, but they run into each other and lose possession in the process. Freij with 30 seconds to go. Stretch pass up the middle. Nordlund, he's knocked off the puck. Elbow pad and a big glove. And then, you know, your son going up where it's a big elbow pad and a small glove. Just over the pad inside the post. Assisted on the goal by Kindle and Boisvert. Play resumes. The Swedes working their way out of their own end. And, you know, I think one of the things that's underrated in youth hockey, and you just see such an attention to it when you get to college and beyond, is getting up ice when you're on the power play. If you can't find a way to get in the zone, you can end up killing your own penalty just trying to get up ice and gain possession in the attacking third.
Sweden's group looks awfully smart and smooth on zone entries. They work it into the zone with control nicely.
Zetterberg, Fernstrom, pass out for Freij. Little saucer pass. That one settles onto the stick. Right-hand side for Danielson. So we did see that the two triggermen are both right-handed shots as well as Zetterberg. So on a team with no left shot defensemen and quite a few left shot forwards, they're going out of their way to find right-handed shots to get out there on the power play. This one skips off the stick of Vigo. He goes back to pick it up, makes the feed over to Stenberg. Two of the younger players on two. They go back. Nordlund has the goaltender down. Couldn't solve the riddle. Gardner with the save.
There's a left-handed defenseman. They wish he'd had a right-handed defenseman right there because that hurt him there, right? He jumped in the play, which is great, but when he caught the pass, he would have been better off being a right-hander. But they don't have any of them.
None rostered. Oh, there's a shot that got deflected just wide of the mark by Zetterberg. Canadians on the counterattack. They're content just to send it outside the zone and relieve pressure. Back in his end heads Freij. Freij curls to his forehand. Stretch pass trying to sneak behind enemy lines. Intended target was Danielson. Intercepted by Reed. And now the Canadian zone entry. Right-hand side Hage. And he gives it up looking for Lindstrom down low. Centering pass broken and stolen away. Out comes Johansson. Carbonneau, he tags up, gets knocked off the puck, but manages to get a pass off. Bouncing puck. It's a breakaway the other way. Headman to Danielson. All alone. 5-hole. Danielson dancing on my own. Coming in on the goaltender, no doubt, buries it between the legs. 4-1, Swedes lead.
I might have slid it far side on you, John. He got him moving right, but then it was under the pad. Well, not the classic 5-hole probably. Oh, it's good enough.
But instead of hitting the forehand, it came over to the other foot, and he could not find a way. That Canadian player was in a good spot.
There's been 3 or 4 good opportunities that have been presented for the Canadians, but they have just missed, or it's, broken stick, and I suppose they'll get one of them to go here next time.
Zone entry, I think that's Vanaker. Gets the pass. This is Reshny out to the blue line. Now played for Ellick. Shot, rebound, kicks out. Zone entry, left-hand side. A little bit too far out. Canadians trying to come up ice. Carbonneau.
I think I said something about their exits.
Yeah, you call. Oh, turnover. Pedersen, Freij. And the rebound cleared out by Canadians O'Brien, but a good chance there for Freij. Zone entry, shoveled in by Carbonneau. Long shift for him. He heads off. Back behind the goal, Johansson. He turns up ice. Nice feed, Berglund. Gains the blue, top of the circle. Drop pass, faking on the zone entry is Johansson. What an art! And the Swedes take a 5-1 lead. Comes out with it. Centering pass just over the stick of Genborg. Picked up on the bounce. Freij down for Nilsson. Nilsson, long shift. A lot of zone time here for the Swedes. You just don't see that at high-level hockey very often.
Oh, nice.
Martin, right-hand side. He gets down low, circles behind the goal. Now it's the Canadians trying to get into that open space. Pass doesn't connect. Back along the back wall, Freij. A little too much Canadian pressure, unable to come out with it. Second time's a charm, however. Sweeping into frame is Nilsson. He makes the feed over to Fernstrom. A little chip. Nilsson on the chase. Nilsson down to the back wall. He wraps it.
Some of
them a lot.
Well, there was a big number put on McKenna's
we've heard
his decision, but I heard it was less.
Okay, so
I heard it was less, but it's still a lot. It's like half, but
okay. So zone exit here for the Canadians. Under 6 minutes to go. Maybe they were quoting Canadian dollars. I don't know. So out of the corner, the Canadians double team on the forecheck, getting some help here from Spence, and the Swedes intercept, and nice, smart play.
Well, there's support. There's always support. There's always someone coming to support the puck carrier, either behind them, next to them, one way or the other, and they make that nice short pass to that player, and that player's got speed.
Nilsson tip. Genborg got a stick on it, and it's cleared out to the blue line by Gardner. Bomedian. He'll switcheroo. Now he's out top, and he's gone over to the other side. That shot hit a skate and goes just wide of the mark. 5 minutes to go, period 2. And you've used the term previously with another one. And wow, we're running the full gamut here. A Mighty Ducks 2 reference with a puck on its side, the knuckle puck.
Scoring for Team Canada. Number 14, Brady Martin. Assist to number 6, Tarek Karasek.
Be fun to see the Canadians score again.
There's a shot from the blue line, and Swedes get control, quickly clear the zone. They dump it in behind the goal. It's played by Evan Gardner. It's interesting, Tom. We talked about some Canadian players not dressing for the game. And, number 1 pick, number 2 pick, next year's number 1 pick. It isn't like the Canadians are bereft of talent. Zone entry, shot shoveled in by Berglund. Back behind the goal is Reed. They work it up the wall to Boisvert, Reshny, and Hage. There's a pass right out in front for Reshny. Swedes clear that over to the sidewall. Now they poke it out into the neutral zone. Retreating back is Smith. Hage Little touch pass, streaking Smith right up the middle, and Stenberg and Johansson got a little stick on it to poke the puck away. Crisis averted for the Three Crowns. Right-hand side, Wilson Bjork buys some time, finds the open man. Tom as wearing 28. And sometimes when that happens, there's an issue with the jersey.
Okay, yeah.
And the Canadians answer right back.
All right. Brings it within 3.
4.
Oh, they put that up there pretty quick. I just looked at. I'm pulling for Canada right now to make this fun and interesting.
I've always said as an announcer, even when my son played, always root for the team that's behind because you want the third period to be exciting and close. That's where the fun is. But it's going to take a couple more.
Canada, number 27, Caden Lindstrom. The assist to number 19, Malcolm Spence. Time of the goal, 6-12.
Caden Lindstrom from Malcolm Spence is how that one goes into the book. We have 13 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Mockingbird Lane, third period here. Sweden comfortably on top. It's an American football score, 7-3 over the Canadians.
Well, way back in from the outside.
Sphere.
Sphere.
This is the predecessor to the Sphere in Las Vegas. Okay, Globen, yeah. So where was the World Junior when you were in it?
Oh boy, they just missed a tap in.
How is that out? Vaneker took the pass from Martin.
The defender might have
You're
just
not
got a
going to
good
have
stick.
any cleaner look than that.
Defenseman might have got a good stick on it.
Oh, busted twig.
The year I played, it was in Canada.
Okay, what, Maritimes or?
No, in London and in.
I thought you said it was in Canada.
I can't keep
All
up
right.
with you, John.
So it's in Ontario, London, and some other. In the U.S. to practice for a couple days, or did you just go there early and start practicing there?
We went there early and practiced there. I think we might have went to Lake Placid for a couple days. It was in Hamilton, Ontario was where the main games were. And I'll tell you, we beat Sweden for the bronze. Not bad. I think it was the first medal that the U.S. had won since 1980.
So fantastic. Fantastic.
So, yeah, we're pretty proud of that one.
As you should be.
You know, we had some good players, Brian Leach and Craig Janney and Scott Young and Paul Ranheim. I think our goalie was Mike Richter. Was it Mike? I think it was.
Very nice. Headed up the other way, the Canadians now down low. Pass bounces off the stick of Ritchie in the slot. Reshny just wide of the mark. I believe Harnstam got a piece of it. 9:15 to go. Stepping in on it, steal. Oh, what a quick pass in transition. Nordland, puck knocked away from him. And eventually gathered up by Freij. A loose puck. Picked up by Alec. Over in front of the scorers table, they hit Carbonell. Danielson, short pass, Pedersen, zone entry for him. Trying to find an open man. He gives the defenders time to gain the zone behind him and eventually makes the short pass to Danielson. Over on the left-hand side, puck gets away from Freij.
See
Up and
him
out
make
of play.
friends from Europe, and he's got Canadian friends too from college. The beauty of hockey is really that, you know, it expands your friend group and your network, and end up having friends from all around the country and world, I guess.
So, Tom, just a little preview for our viewers out there. The schedule's already out for the World Junior. There are 10 teams coming to Minnesota, and they've been placed into 2 pools of 5. So maybe next whistle you'll now look at the
pool
2
play.
pools of 5 and what you'll have to do. Now, 4 of those 5 will reach the quarterfinals, but you really don't want to come in as a bottom seed. Reshny and Hage. And,
Those are 3 good players.
They've looked pretty good. Yeah,
Yep.
they're showing they're deserving of that first-round pick. Puck picked up by Ekberg. Into the slot. Freij. Oh, my gosh, what a shot. That was a good look, but it got knocked down in traffic before it reached the goaltender. Tom Chorsky pointing out something. Go ahead.
Well, that shot just went into his glove, and he's a right-handed catcher, trapper. So maybe the shooter hadn't noticed that and thought he was going blocker side, and he was denied by the trapper.
I talk about that all the time with Cam Hendrickson, who's one of the American goalies here, and then another goalie that you know very well, state champion for Edina High, Joey Birch. Won twice.
I thought I just read that the year I was in it in 86 was the 10th edition. So it started in 76. So
okay.
We're in 25.
50 of them.
Yeah. You made a good point that they're not, we don't think, playing for anything. There's not a trophy for the summer showcase that there probably should be. I mean, it'd be fun for Sweden and Finland. I guess you can't keep close track of points and wins and losses because teams are, but I guess maybe they could come up with something tonight to play for between the two teams.
I'm telling you right now, when you and I do the game tomorrow, I'm going to call the winner the champions.
Yeah. Well,
we'll have our own.
I'm going to go talk to Sweden and Finland and tell them to come up with something to play for that one of the teams gets to take home.
I wonder if they brought pins or hats or something to trade with each other. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on certainly the